Welcome back to Once Upon a Sister.
I'm Faith.
I'm Rosalie, and we're
your hosts.
What
I hit my channel. Sorry, I went no.
And we're your hosts.
Yeah, we're your hosts. Sorry, just leave that in. See
It's
how
fine.
we mess up sometimes. Anyway, welcome to the episode. Sorry, I just went like that. I don't know what happened. Anyway, what are you? Oh wait, what are we doing today? Today we are. Okay, you like the high school music, like Ma. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, reel it in. Today, you want to introduce what we're doing? We're gonna be sharing with y'all.
I'm sorry, the beginning of the episode is so throwing me off right now. Like, what is going on? Okay.
Do you remember? I was like, I can do it.
It's like it was in my brain, but I could not remember. Okay, this episode, it's May right now, so we thought we could do books we want to read this summer.
Our little summer TBR, loose
Not
TBR, because
for
we're
us,
not
it's
strict.
just like we want to read these. If we don't get to it, that's fine. We're gonna read other stuff.
That's the thing about us is like we're not like strict TBR people, but we have like an idea of what we want to read next at all times.
Yeah.
But we are never. That's another thing. We're never going without reading. We always have the next book lined up. Like
us saying like, oh, we might not get to all these. Like we're still reading books, but sorry,
we're both burping. We're drinking soda. Sorry, that's
Cut
gross.
that. But we always have something we're reading, and we're never like going without.
Yeah, because we're both mood readers, so we can set out to want to read some certain book next, but then the mood strikes, and who knows what you want to read. But anyway, before we talk about that, what have you been reading?
Well, I did just finish The Tenant by Freida McFadden, which actually came out like
2 days ago.
2 days ago.
2 days ago.
Our mom texted us like about
day of.
She had it on hold.
She's like, oh, I'm listening to Tenet by Freida McFadden. And I was like, wait a minute. I was like, it came out today. How are you already?
And this happened like a couple weeks ago when the new Emily Henry book came out. She got it the day of.
She told Rose, like,
oh,
I'm reading this book, Great Big Beautiful Life. And Rose was like,
that came out today. Like, how did you get
release too.
And she was like, oh, I just saw it on Reese's book club. And I'm like, but like this is a huge book. Like,
it was a huge
Emily
anticipated
Henry's a huge author, so I was really surprised when she had it.
That was so funny. I haven't.
But anyways, she texted us that she had The Tenant, and I don't know. I just immediately went to see if it was still available, and it was. So I grabbed it, and yeah, I haven't read a thriller in a while, so I was like, I'm kind of in the mood for it. I don't really want to say what the premise is because at least for us, we like to kind of just go into thrillers blind. Like I don't really want to know anything.
Yeah.
I mean, you can kind of get something from the title, but this one was like wild. Like,
also, side note, I saw this thing. Did you know that Freida McFadden, first of all, it's a pen name. It's not her real name. She's a brain surgeon.
Yeah, you told me that.
And she's like out here. Last year, I think she released 6 books. She's popping these books out like they're breath mints. Like, she's doing this so fast. How does she have the time? Also, I know it's because her books are pretty simple. Yeah. They're not like...
I wonder if she just like spends time writing on her phone.
Just so crazy.
I don't know.
I told my husband, Mr. Faith Elizabeth, that's what I'm going to be referring to him as now. I almost just said his name. And he thinks that she has like an AI thing. Like she uses AI. And I'm like, he's such a negative Nelly when it comes to that stuff. So I'm like, no, I don't think so.
But also I don't know. When you have like a gift of writing, like I don't think it's that hard.
But that's the thing is, I told him like her books aren't crazy, like in depth, like.
Yeah. Also,
she follows the same format.
Don't most doctors work like a few days at a time and then have a few days off?
I don't know.
I don't know. I've heard that before. So like, if that's the case, then she definitely has time in like those few days and.
Probably. Anyway, I found that out this week and I was like, what?
But no, that one was crazy. It was really good. I wasn't expecting the ending, but I never am. So. That's just how it is. It was kind of like, it was also kind of comical in a way of like what the main character was going through. The whole time I was just like, how, like, I can't say anything because I don't want to spoil it, but like it was just funny in a way, but also like not a great situation. Anyways, I finished that, and then I have also been reading The Prison Healer. This time it's me reading it. Last week it was you reading it. I've been slowly making my way through that because when I started reading that, I was still reading Supernova, so I was more focused on that. And then I've been, which I never am, right now I'm into a TV show, so like I get home and I just want to watch that. I told you, Desperate Housewives.
Oh, that's right.
So I've like been binging that, and like I want to read, but it's like I keep watching that. But today and like yesterday was the first time I like got back to the book. Not necessarily because I'm reading it every night. Anyways, I'm enjoying it so far. I'm like 40% through. It's definitely slower.
I have it right now as my Audible if you want to log in and listen to it too.
Oh, maybe I could do that.
Because that's what I do. I have kids. I can only really read physically in the evening. Like I try to read during the day and I cannot focus, but I'll put headphones in and I'll audiobook. Yeah. And that's what I had done.
I mean, it's definitely a slower start, but I'm not disinterested at all. Like I'm very interested to know what's going on.
Like I was fully immersed in one, didn't know what was going to happen, but it was just a slow read for me.
And even though it is like a slower read or start, it's not necessarily like, it doesn't feel repetitive.
Yeah.
I don't know. It feels like you're really just setting the scene and like getting to know where we are at.
Yeah, I'm excited to read the next one.
That's all I'm reading. So what are you reading?
So I'm on the third book in the Red Queen series, which is called King's Cage. And with the way that, I'm not going to spoil anything, but the way that the second book ended, Glass Sword, this like kind of puts us in a new location, a new area, new situation going on, and it's kind of higher stakes. So it's very interesting. I'm really enjoying this book series. I know a lot of people compare it to like the Hunger Games, and in a way, I think that the people compare it to the Hunger Games is more similar because of like the writing style is similar to the Hunger Games. Not, I don't necessarily think she's the same as Suzanne Collins, but she like you know how in the Hunger Games Katniss will just like drop a bomb on you and be like, and we kissed and his lips were on mine and then the scene's over. Like that's how this author is. It's just like, and his lips were on mine and then that's it. And I'm like, okay. Because it's YA, so there's not like details or anything, but sometimes it feels like it hits you out of left field. So I'm like, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm not reading anything else right now. And that this is the first time I've been reading one book in a long time. It was me
a couple weeks ago. Like, just one book.
It's because I have it on audio and I have it on physical, so I've just been going back and forth.
That's the thing, is we always have a physical and an audio going.
Yeah, and this the narrator, I feel like she does a really good job. She has like a good voice. I don't know how to explain that. I feel like a lot of times female narrators can be very hit or miss for me. And she has a good. I think you'll like her. Like she's good. And so I'm really excited to see. I have been skipping over the novellas because when I looked it up, everybody said that they're not really crucial to the storyline. They're just like backstory. But if you read them all and you think I really need to read the novellas, tell me, because I will. I want to know. I don't want to like stop in the midst of a big thing to read like some backstory.
Sometimes like a novella is like, really? Right now?
Yeah. So anyway, that's what I've been reading.
Let us know what you've been reading. And now it's time for
a little chit chat about our summer TBRs. And we were laughing. I was telling her like, because she was like, how many did you write down? Because we try to, when we write down things and we do things separately for the episodes, we try to have a similar amount of things that we can talk about. So it's not like unbalanced.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, let me check. So I had 11. But then I'm like, well, some of them are series. And then I'm like, the reality is it's like, what, summer's 3 months? Like her and I, like last month I read 15 books and you read more than that. So I'm like,
we could get that.
We're going to knock this out. Like we
could talk about a ton of books, but we don't want to sit in the app forever.
Yeah. That's the thing too, is like, this is my intended TBR, my hopefuls, I guess you could say. But I'm going to like, who knows what I'm going to be in the mood for one day to the next.
Yeah. I think these are more just like things we've been really wanting to read and we want to get to them soon. Yeah. But you never know what we're in the mood for. Also, I want to preface, even though this is like books we want to read this summer, I don't know that there's many like summary books.
Oh, yeah.
I have a few on there that are definitely a summer read.
I didn't do that at all.
Yeah. I knew you wouldn't, because I'm like, you're fantasy. Like no. I have a few on there that I've been wanting to read, but I've been waiting for summer because I just want to read them when it's, because those are set in summer and like there's summer romance books, so
yeah,
those are but they're not like, these aren't like summer book TBRs, like they're just books we've been wanting to read, so don't get your hopes up for that. Maybe we could eventually do an episode that's like
seasonal books. And I'm like, I didn't, when you said that I was like, oh no, because mine is just fully like what I want to read next, and it's summer, so that's when it's going to be read.
But I just wanted to let y'all know that it's not going to be like happy place and victory. Like it's gonna be like Cruel Prince, like that type of stuff. Not Cruel Prince. So funny. Alright, you want to go first?
Sure. Okay, so wait, I have a few that are being released, and I wrote them like they're not out yet. Do you want me to start with those, or like?
We could start with those, and I can say mine too.
So the first one that I'm excited to read is called. It's coming out on July 8th. It's called "The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy." I discovered it on TikTok the other day. Some girl was like posting I know I hadn't either, but she was like things I do as a book talk or whatever, and it was like pictures, and she was like scrolling on the Kindle, and I guess she got an arc, and I was like, I've never seen this book before. What is this? So I looked it up, and it's like coming out July 8th. So it's gonna be a romantasy duology, and it's by Brigitte Knightley, and I just am so excited. I love a good duology. Look at the cover, like it. That
looks really.
It reminds me of Assistant to the Villain a little bit. So let me read you the little thing. It says, the first in a slow burn enemies to lovers romantasy duology featuring a scholarly healer and a gentleman assassin, set in an exquisite fantasy world, perfect for the fans of The Love Hypothesis and Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. And so basically what happens is this guy Osric Mordaunt, member of the Firen Order of Assassins, is in dire need of healing. Naturally, such as the grim comedy of fate, the only healer who can help is, I don't know how you say that, Orion. Oh, never mind. Preeminent scientist of moral good and member of an enemy order. She's desperate for funding to heal the sick, so desperate that when he bribes her to help him, she accepts even if she detests him and everything he stands for. So it says a forced collaboration ensues. The brilliant woman in STEM is coerced into working with the PhD in murders. But
that sounds really fun.
Yeah, and so like on the cover it says like there's like a little picture of them, and it says the best love stories begin with hate at first sight. It's like I don't know, it just looks fun. Like I don't know, it seems like kind of quirky, like Assistant to the Villain. Yeah. And so I'm excited.
Also, it's new and
and it's a duology. And so apparently it's by the author who wrote the Dramini fanfic.
Oh, the Manacled one?
No, Draco Malfoy and the mortifying ordeal of being in love.
All I know is Manacled, so...
But, like, if you look at it on Goodreads, it's got reviews from, like, a year ago, people saying they've been waiting for this book to come out. So, I guess it's got anticipation.
I'm excited now.
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe it could be our book club book.
Yeah, our book club book. I'm excited to read it. I don't know.
Wait, when does it come out?
It comes out July 8th. Oh. So, yeah.
That looks really fun. All right, I'll do my... upcoming releases. So the first one I have is Releasing 10 by Chloe Walsh. This is the fifth book in a series. So, or wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, sixth book. Yeah. So it's, I mean, if you haven't read the rest of the series,
it's the Boys of Tommen series. Right?
Yeah. I love the Boys of Tommen series. They're set in Ireland. And it's supposed to be young adult. It's not at all. I don't know if it's just like classified different in different countries. Also, I heard something about, like, authors aren't in charge of the genres of their books. Oh. Like, classifying them. So, I don't know if that's true. Don't fact check me or don't quote me. Anyways, I'm excited for this
Don't hold me to that at all.
If you know anything about the Boys of Tommen series, the first 2 books follow Shannon and Johnny. And then the second 2 follow Joey and Aoife. And then, I know. And it's spelled Aoife. Like... You would not think, but it's like an Irish, Scottish.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
They're Welsh spelling. Anyways, and then the 5th book follows Claire and Gibbsy. So in the 6th book, we're following Lizzie, and then I can't remember I think it's Huey. Anyways, I'm a little bit scared because people hate Lizzie, and I don't, like, the thing is, like, Lizzie's been through so much that she has a lot of trauma, so she doesn't make the greatest decisions. But I'm excited.
Nesta of the series or what?
What?
She's the Nesta of this series.
They all went through trauma, but she's the one who she lets it hold herself. Hated. That's her personality. But I'm excited because I love a story where it's like you get to see someone heal and grow. Yeah. So I'm excited to see where she takes it, and also just this world is really fun, and I'm excited to go back to it. But I am a little scared, especially because like the last book people were disappointed. I don't know, but I'm not gonna let people's opinions like change mine, because a lot of people didn't love Taming 7, but I loved it. And I'm excited. What
do the numbers have to do with?
They're rugby numbers.
Oh, okay.
So like Binding 13, he's 13.
Okay.
And then saving 6, like that's his
Isn't
number.
there 2 6?
Yeah, because the first 2 couples each have 2 books.
Oh.
And then now she's only doing 1 book, which I don't know why. And I think she honestly might not. I think she's gonna release another, but I'm not sure. So we'll see.
Interesting.
That's why that's another reason people were upset, because they were like, why didn't we get 2 books for Claire and Gibbsy? Just 1. Because the other couples, we got 2 for each of them.
That's interesting.
Yeah, but I'm excited. That's another one of those series where it's just very character driven, and those books are long. But
yeah, that's the only reason I haven't read them.
I don't know if they're very like not depressed, like these characters got a lot of trauma going on in their life and like bad situations, but I don't know, sometimes you just want to cry and sob in your bed while reading a book.
Okay, so next on my list is the second in the Blonde Identity, like it's not a series.
I almost put that one.
Yeah, it comes out August 5th. It's called The Blonde Who Came In From the Cold. The first one is The Blonde Identity. I've talked about it before. It's just fun because it's like this. The first one is like this girl who wakes up in this situation and she has lost her memory, and she's like kind of like on the run and her life's in danger, and she's kind of like, I'm trying not to give things away.
She's trying to figure out where she's at, who she is.
Yeah, she wakes up with like a key in her hand, and she's like, "What does this go to?"
And this guy finds her and thinks she's someone else that's not actually who she is. Mm-hmm. So they kind of like go on the journey together of trying to figure out who she is and like where she's at and like
solving
what
the mystery.
happened.
But they're also on the run because someone's like after them.
Yeah.
So it's just very fun. But this person has like a twin sister. And so the second book is going to be this twin sister, the blonde who came from the cold. Yeah. It was fun. Like, it was such a good book. It was, it's by Allie Carter. And I don't know, the way she writes is just very fun and like easy to follow.
Yeah.
And it was clean. Like, there was no spice. Mm-hmm. She also has another book that I read last winter. It's, The
Most Wonderful Crime of the Year.
The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year. And that was a fun one too. And again, like, no spice. So it was just kind of like a fun easy reads. Yeah. And so this one is just, actually, you know what? I don't want to read the description for this. Yeah. I just want to be surprised. So if you want to look at the description for The Blonde Who Came In From the Cold, you can. But
that's the hard thing about us. We love to go in a book surprise. Like, yeah. But sometimes we do need to read them, like especially when we're talking to you guys, because we can't just not know it.
Yeah.
Not know nothing. Wait, I don't know.
We can't be. If we can't be recommending books, if we're gonna be clueless.
But that one, I feel like I can get away with because it's in a series.
Yeah.
Yeah. The next book I have is also releasing 10. I forgot to say when it comes out. It comes out in like a week, so I get to read that very soon. Same with this book. The Love Haters by Catherine Center comes out in May 20th, so like less than a week, or a little bit more than a week. I love Catherine Center's books so far. Like, I read The Bodyguard, The Rom-Commers. There's one more. I think so. I don't know.
I can look it up while you talk about it.
Read y'all the synopsis of this one.
Oh wait, another one of her books is Hello Stranger.
Oh yeah, I just read that one recently. I really like that one too. That's the one that has the face blindness.
Yeah, I haven't read that one yet, but I've read the other two.
So the Love Haters it's a thin line between love and love hating. Katie Vaughn has been burned by love in the past. Now she may be lighting her career on fire. She has 2 choices. Wait to get laid off from her job as a video producer, or at her coworker Cole's request, take a career-making gig profiling profiling Tom Hutcherson, a Coast Guard rescue swimmer in Key West. The catch? Katie's not exactly qualified. She can't swim, but fakes it that she can. Plus, Cole is Hutch's brother, and they don't get along. Next stop, Paradise. But Paradise is messier than it seems, as Katie gets entangled with Hutch. Oh no, wait. The most scientifically good-looking man she has ever seen, but also a bit of a love hater, along with his colorful Aunt Rue and his rescue Great Dane. She gets trapped in a lie, or 2. Swim lessons, helicopter fights, conga lines, drinking contests, hurricanes, and stolen kisses ensue, along with chances to tell the truth, to face old fears, and to be truly brave at last. I don't know. I just love...
She's a good writer.
She's a good writer, and I like her movies. I feel like you're watching...
Her books.
Well, that's why I said her books feel like you're watching a movie. Like, especially like that. It just reminds me of a rom-com, like the action parts. And she also... It's interesting because a lot of her books have to do with... not a lot, but like a couple of them have like media careers where it's like filmmaking or script writers or stuff like that. But I just really enjoy her writing. She writes good romance books, and they're...
And the first two of those, like the what were they called again?
The rom-comers and the Bodyguard.
The Bodyguard, they're like interconnected. So like some of the characters overlap, but it's not like you don't have to read one before the other or whatever.
I love the Bodyguard. Have you read that one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
I like the Bodyguard more than I read the rom-comers.
Well,
more than I liked the rom-comers, but I read the rom-comers during like a difficult time, so I feel like it like tainted how that book turns out. Like when I think of it, I think of that. So sorry about that. But anyway, next on my list, and I've talked about this before, is I've talked about the first book, Forgotten Fate by Jaime Wilburn, which she was like the person that I came across on TikTok, and she was like, please read my book because I lost my job. And I was like, I'm reading it right now. Well, I read it and I liked it, and I saw on her like TikTok that she was like, apply for my ARC. So I got it, and it comes out next week. I get it next week, her ARC. And then it comes out June 13th. So it's called Twisted Trust. So it's the second, and it's going to be a trilogy. So I'm excited
to read them,
to see what happens next. This book series is fantasy, but it's like wolves, but not like weird wolf stuff, but like regular wolf.
Not like Omegaverse.
Yeah, no, just like I don't know. Because you know how like Bride by Ali Hazelwood is like
got a little bit
like weird nodding stuff or whatever. So it's not that. It's just like regular people.
Because that's like a fanfic thing.
Yeah, no, it's not like that.
Yeah, this is just like Teen Wolf type stuff.
Yeah, so but I'm so excited because this is my first ARC.
I know, that's so
fun.
fun.
I'm like excited to
the inside scoop.
Read it before everybody. But anyway, that's my next.
Was that your last?
That's my last like to be released.
Yeah, mine too. So the next one I have is The Summer of Broken Rules by K.L. Walther, which I've heard about this book, but I don't know what the synopsis is. Like, I don't know what goes on in the book, but it has a very summery cover, and I've been wanting to pick it up, and it's always available on Libby, but I'm like, I need to just wait until summer because I'm not going to read this in like the fall or anything. But let me read you the little description. Meredith Fox has been going to Martha's Vineyard for the summer as long as she can remember, but this summer is the first one back since the death of Meredith's sister. It will all be overwhelming, but even more since the entire extended family will be together for her cousin's big wedding. Unfortunately, Meredith's longtime boyfriend unexpectedly dumped her 2 weeks before their wedding, leaving her dateless. Luckily, she has the perfect distraction. Her family has a tradition of playing the ultimate game of assassin every summer, and this year it will take place during the week of wedding festivities. But her target just happens to be a very cute groomsman. She's determined to not let herself get distracted, not let herself be lost in another doomed relationship. But as the week progresses, she can't help but falling for him, which may cost her not only the game, but also her heart. Meredith's oh my gosh. Meredith's Meredith's okay. Meredith's family's annual game of assassin at Martha's Vineyard during a summer wedding is the perfect chance to honor her sister's legacy and finally join the world again. But when she forms an alliance with a cute groomsman, she's at risk of you want me to finish? She's at risk of losing both the game. Okay, I don't know how much of that is in there, y'all, but I kept stumbling over my words.
That is so funny.
Ooh,
that seems cute.
That seems really fun, though. I didn't know that at all.
I don't know. Honestly, the cover didn't attract me.
It does to me. I don't know why. When I see it, I'm just like, summer. Summer. I don't know. But that is really cute. Like, I think the assassin thing will add a fun thing. Also, I haven't read
Rosalie cannot talk today.
I haven't read a book that takes place at a wedding in a while.
Yeah, that's fun.
So I think that's going to be really fun. So
So I have on my list, which if you're on Book Talk at all, you've probably seen it. It's called Direbound by Sable Sorensen. And you know what? I don't know what it's about. I just know everybody.
She just knows the title. And that's it. The way you're whistling.
The way. What is happening? Oh my gosh. I don't know what's happening. Why was it making that sound? Is it
I couldn't breathe.
Take a breath. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I was about to pee my pants.
What is going on with us this episode? We just can't even have a conversation. I'm crying. Okay, I was trying to say that the thing about me is, I guess when it comes to books, I probably have a little bit of FOMO. So I see people posting.
Like, I want to read it.
I want to read it too. So like Emmy on Book Talk was posting about it, and her friend, like they both were sitting there reading it in one sitting, and I was like, what is this? And they were like, read it this for 1 hour, and then like after the hour was up, they were both like, that's so good. Like they both started it right then. So I was like, I don't know.
Interesting.
It says on there like a Wolves of Ruin novel. It's the first, and it just came out in February. Wow. That's a real behind the scenes y'all just got right there. So it says, only the worthy survive the bonding trials. Ooh, already I like it. Bonding trials? She'll risk her life and her heart to be one of them. Maren Cooper has never dreamed of being one of the bonded, the king's elite warriors who form mental links with massive, vicious dire wolves. Oh, this is so good.
Another wolf one.
She's made peace with her life scraping by in poverty in the shadows of the castle. But then her younger sister, Sayla, is kidnapped, stolen across the border by the immortal monsters her country has spent centuries fighting. And Maren's world falls apart. Desperate to cross the front and save her sister, she enlists in the army, only to discover that there are bonding trials this year where all soldiers are forced to risk their lives in an attempt to connect with a dire wolf. I'm going to stop right there.
That sounds really good.
That sounds very interesting. I love a good trial. I love a good bonding.
She loves a good wolf now.
I'm excited for that one. I don't know. It's a little bit of a longer one. It's like 610 pages. That's what Goodreads says. So I don't know.
Light work.
But it's got a light work, no reaction. Anyway, that's by Sable Sorensen. And I don't know.
Quite the name.
So maybe it's a pen name. Who knows?
All right. My next book is Shatter Me by Tahereh Mafi.
I didn't write that down, but it is. Write that down on my head.
It's the whole series, but I just put the first one. I'm not going to read the synopsis, but I am going to say the tiny little bit I know about it. All I know is that it's a girl who, when she touches people, they die. So she's been locked away in a prison or something. And I also believe it's a dystopian.
Ooh, fun.
But the MMC is like...
And if you don't know, because like our mom keeps saying like she's been a reader her whole life, they don't do like weird terms. MMC means main male character. FMC means...
It's male main character. FMC is female main character. It's just a way to shorten it and like not have it be so as long. But the MMC is like the head of, I don't know what you call it, like not necessarily like a police force or national security, because it's like a like not a guard. It's more of, I guess it would be more of like a FBI type thing, or I don't know because I don't know everything about the book, but it's less guard, it's more like police officer vibes in a way. But that's not, I mean, like anytime I see fan art of him, he has like a suit on.
Oh, interesting.
So he's like high up.
That's
he's, like,
so
the
funny.
Highest.
That's what I was gonna say earlier when she was going to the bathroom and our conversation got cut off because you were going to the bathroom. What I was saying, like, because I was talking about the Red Queen, I'm like, that's what's funny about jumping into a fantasy series. Like a lot of times you can just know, like, or you can hear like, oh yeah, it's fantasy, but fantasy is like
broad.
I feel like, because dystopian gets lumped into fantasy, and then like, so like with Red Queen, when I started reading it, I'm like, oh, it's a fantasy series. It's not like fae fantasy. It's not like dragon fantasy. Like, it's
magical.
No, I mean I guess like they have like powers in a way. Not really, like they have abilities, but it's more similar to like Hunger Games in the aspect that they have technology and they have guns.
I think you would call that urban fantasy.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Yeah. No, but Shatter Me, I'm excited to read it, and like it's a very well loved series. And I did start it at one point, but I only got a chapter in and I just wasn't in the mood to read it, so I put it down. But I've been getting really close to the mood to read it.
Yeah, that's been on my list.
When you can feel the mood coming on.
I think I have a hold on Libby for it, but it's like 10 weeks out or something.
It's a while. But I'm really excited to read that and hoping that I can get to it sometime this summer, because I just want to know. I want to be in the know and know what everyone's talking about. And people love Aaron Warner, which is the main male character. So I'm excited to hopefully love him too. Yeah,
and that's the thing, is like I saw someone say, like, it was the TikTok, and they were like, what book series did you read, because people hyped it up and it just wasn't it or whatever, and someone was like, Shatter Me, and then all the comments under it were like, yeah, oh my gosh. But then I was thinking about it, and like, I've seen people say that about Cruel Prince. I loved Cruel Prince. I've seen people say that about Fourth Wing. I love Fourth Wing. I've seen people say it about ACOTAR. I love ACOTAR. And I'm like, you know what,
give it a try.
I just don't feel like I fit in with that group of people where they're just so judgmental of stuff. I just enjoy books for the most part.
And like, not everything's a crazy like 5-star read or anything, but
just a good time.
It's just a good time. Like it's like you watching a movie. Like, oh, it was a good movie. Like, just enjoy it. Right.
So anyway, my next on my list is I'll say 2 because they're gonna be quick. First one's gonna be quick. Is Wild and Wrangled by Lyla Sage. I just haven't got a chance to get to it yet. It just came out like a month ago.
Yeah.
Not even yet. Not even a month, probably. I don't know. It's been a few weeks.
It came out like later October, I think. Or
October?
April.
Which is the 4th in the Rebel Blue Ranch series. I just am waiting for my hold to become available on Libby. So I think I've got like 3 weeks left. So I'm excited to read that. And then I also, if you're on TikTok, you know, this book just came out this week called Silver Elite by Dani Francis.
Oh, I put that as marked want to read.
And it's like this new author, and everybody thinks it's like a pen name because she's not. So there's I don't know if you've seen, there's a lot of speculation. It's called Silver Elite. And so some people think it's Elsie Silver because apparently she started with trying to write fantasy and then it didn't take off. So she switched to, so some people are speculating that it's Elsie Silver under a pen name. Like so people are like speculating about who it is. And so apparently it's being compared to like Divergent, like a dystopian Divergent, but for adults.
Yeah, I literally marked this as want to read today.
I don't know much about it other than that, but I really am interested in it. I've seen so many good reviews on it so far, and then I've seen the people that are like, y'all are just hyping this up like you hyped this up, and I'm like, okay, that's the thing is like
exists for a reason.
Yeah, that's the thing is I'm like, I am not like those people. I like to try to give things a try, and so I love a good dystopian. I think they're like training, like it's like a military type situation. So yeah, that's right up my alley.
I know, I saw a TikTok about it and I immediately was so excited.
So yeah, it's called Silver Elite and it's by Dani Francis, but Dani Francis is like not a name, like no other books, and everybody thinks it's a pen name. So
yeah, no. But sorry, going back to the hype thing.
Yeah,
like that's why I feel like overhyped should not exist, because that doesn't make sense. Like, how can something be overhyped when it's like if somebody likes that thing, they're gonna hype it.
Yeah.
And I also, and if you don't, you're not. That, I think there is nothing wrong with reading like really hyped books. They're popular for a reason.
Yeah.
Many people like them for a reason. If you don't like it, that's okay. But say you're new to reading or anything, like there's nothing wrong with going with what's popular, because you know that it's widely liked and
for a reason. It gets popular,
and it's probably gonna be something like it has a good probability of being something you might enjoy. So sorry, that's what
annoys me. Is people are always like, "Oh, it's so overhyped. It's so."
That's not
like,
a thing.
I think it's like deep down, it's people's desire to be different, to be unique, and I'm like,
leave that in middle school, y'all.
Yeah, like just get over it. But what do you have next?
Okay, I have Holding the Reins by Paisley Hope. This is a cowboy romance, And honestly, it sounds pretty similar to like Chestnut Springs and Rebel Blue Ranch. Like, this one is about a girl whose relationship is broken and she moves back to her hometown, and there's a guy there.
The Silver Pines Ranch. I've seen this.
Yeah, there's a guy there who's like the notorious bachelor of the town, hometown hero, local business owner, unofficial fourth sibling of her family. So it's like, it's that same type of vibe as like Chestnut Springs and Rebel Blue Ranch. But I'm excited to read this because it's by a different author, and like, I've never heard of this girl before, and also summer feels very much the time for a cowboy romance.
Yeah.
And I know I'm going to be in the mood at one point in the summer. So I'm really excited to pick this up because it's just another series, but it's by someone else. Because you
haven't really heard of. That'll be fun going into something you don't really know much about.
I've heard people talk about her, but it's lesser known. So it's exciting to branch out. And there's a whole series to it. So I'm excited to make my way through it eventually this summer. Or actually... Oh, so it looks like the third one just got released. Oh. Like this month. Oh, like a couple days ago.
Oh, like on May 6th. Like 2 days
and then the fourth one comes out in November. I'm excited.
Oh, fun.
This was the one that I showed you at Target, but like it had a man on the cover.
So yeah.
I'd rather have this.
That's the better cover.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's what I've been trying to find more that are... Because I don't dislike the Chestnut Springs... Words! Chestnut Springs series. I've only read the first two. But I feel like it's just not... I'm not connecting to them in a way. I don't know why. I definitely want to continue. The thing that drives me crazy is like, for me, when it's going to be a romance book, I'm more likely to pick it up if I can do it on audio, and those are not on audio.
They're not, yeah.
And it's so annoying to me. Like, I would have finished it by now if they were on audio.
Are they on Audible at all?
I just don't want to. I get 1 credit a month, and I don't want to waste it on like a little. Like, for me, if I'm going to use it, I use it for like a longer book. But yeah. Anyway, that's exciting that it's like something that you haven't really heard of.
Yeah.
But okay, next for me, in another one. Sorry, I'm going to be one of those people. Is blowing up right now. It just came out this week too on May 6th. You're watching this a week later, but it's called Shield of Sparrows by Devney Perry. People are going crazy for this. And I don't even know.
She writes like small town romances. Have you ever seen Indigo Hill or Juniper Ridge?
Oh, I've heard of Juniper Ridge.
Those are by Devney Perry. Also, she's the one who wrote
okay, yeah.
those books that I read, The Crossroads.
Oh, yeah.
She
I recognize all those covers.
So that's her genre, is like small town romances.
So people were like going crazy for this, and I don't know anything about it, and I'm going to go ahead and not read the description because people are saying that it's like so good, and so I want to go into it blind. But yeah, so it's called Shield of Sparrows by Devney Perry, and it just came out this week, and like so many like people that I follow on Book Talk that I generally have the same taste as are rating it like 5 stars. So I'm excited to see.
Yeah, I've read her 2, Crossroads and Sunlight. I haven't read the Eden series, but I'm excited because that's like branching out of her regular genre.
Yeah, it says at the beginning that it's like slow burn, enemies to lovers. So that's literally my alley right there.
I wonder if there's any mystery to it, because the Edens, like the Juniper Hill and Indigo Ridge ones, those ones have mystery in each book. Mm-hmm. Like something in the town, like they're trying to solve. Then. So
which is
I wonder if there's going to be any mystery in that. I don't know. Us knowing nothing about it.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Like, do y'all do this? Like, going into a book blind is just fun to me. Like, I'm the same way with TV shows. When a new season's coming out, I don't want to watch the...
And I think that kind of also goes along with, like, why there's nothing wrong with reading a hyped book. Because it's, like, you don't know anything about it, but, like, you know people enjoy it. So, like, you know there's a reason to want to read it. And we don't need to... I don't know. We just love going in blind.
Yeah.
Because it gives you... It's, like... You don't know anything, so you're going in and everything's a surprise to you.
Yeah, like I said, it has bit me in the butt a few times. Like when I started reading Credence, because I was like, everyone's like, read Credence, it's so good, and I was like, because that if you like, I don't read spice, and that thing is pure spice, and so I was
also it's like so
gross.
Not technically, but it's like bordering on incestual.
Yeah, so it was weird. And so I was like reading it, and I got a little bit in, and I was like, is this gonna be what I think it's gonna be? And then I was like, oh, like right on return. So yeah, but I haven't had anything like that happen again. Yeah, that was like 2-3 years ago or something.
Yeah, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay, my next one is One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. Do you have that?
Not on this list, but that's on my brain list forever now.
No, I really want to read One Dark Window, and I honestly don't know anything about it. And once again, I don't want to read the description. All I know is like, it's a very. I've heard people say it's a very. I don't know what you call it, but like, I guess low stakes fantasy. Like it's not like crazy action all the time. It's a very calm story.
It's kind of fun though.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I mean, maybe it's not, but that's what I've heard. So it's exciting. Like if you ever want to read just a calmer fantasy. And then also this one TikToker we both follow. I can't remember her name.
It's like Haley something, but she posted about it and was talking about it, and it just made me even more excited. And I've been like, every time I scroll through my Libby list of stuff I want to read, I keep seeing it, and I just keep like looking at it. Like it keeps catching my eye lately. Yeah, it's been on my want to read for like over a year now.
And it's a duology, so there's only 2 books. Like it's not, you're not getting into something huge. But it is a long
book though, right?
Let me look. It's only $3.99.
Oh, sweet.
And the second book is $4.37.
Oh, nice. That makes me want to read it sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was thinking. I think it's because a lot of times in my brain I mix up One Dark Window and When the Moon Hatched. And When the Moon Hatches, I have it on. She got it for me. It's like this thick on my shelf. And
it's a brick.
Yeah, I want to read that one too. I just haven't gotten to it. But
yeah, I'm excited to read that one.
Okay, so next on my list is Caraval. And that's the whole series. So that's Caraval, Legendary, and Finale.
I think it's Finale.
Yeah. Because that's not how you spell final. But anyway. I've
read all of these.
So she's read all 3, and I don't know what they're about. It's like a circus.
That's all I'm going to say.
So those 3 are like, that's the thing is I've been wanting to read the Once Upon a Broken Heart series. And she was like, oh, well, I found out you have to read Caraval first. So I'm going to get through Caraval, and then I want to do the Once Upon a Broken Heart series. Yeah. And we just ordered them from Blackwell's, which if you don't know what Blackwell's is, like a UK book store.
And they have it online too.
And you can order from them, and they don't charge shipping for like United States. So
you can get UK covers of books because like
they were like $10 each.
Yeah. The UK covers are so much prettier. But back to Caraval.
Yeah. So yeah, I want to read Caraval, and that's 3 books.
Yeah. It's a fun fantasy.
Yeah, it's about to become available on Libby for me. So yeah,
and it's like I feel like it's more lighthearted. So I really loved I love the first one. The second 2 weren't as good as the first one, but it's a good series. So
yeah.
And then I didn't write it down, but I really do want to read Once Upon a Broken Heart.
Yeah.
I haven't started that one yet. All right, my next book is Promise Me Sunshine by Cara Baston. Or Baston. I think it's Baston. So she actually wrote the Ready or Not book, which I was talking about last week. The one that has the pregnancy trope in it, where her best friend's brother, like...
Oh, yeah.
Helps her. And that one was so good. I loved it. And then I saw that she released this one, Promise Me Sunshine. And, like, a lot of people that I watch on, like, TikTok or BookTube, they really liked it. And I also just really liked her other book. So I immediately marked it as want to read. I know nothing about it, once again. But let me read y'all the little thing. Grieving the loss of her best friend, a young woman's life is turned upside down when she meets a grumpy stranger who swears he can help her live again. In this heartwarming slow burn romance by the author of Ready or Not, Lenny's a bit of a mess at the moment. Her best friend Lou recently passed away after a battle with cancer, and her death has left Lenny feeling completely lost. She's avoiding her concerned parents, the apartment she shared with Lou, and the list of things she's supposed to do to help her live again. The only thing she can do is temporary babysitting gigs, and luckily she just landed a great one, helping overworked single mom Reese and her precious daughter Ainsley. It's not perfect. Ainsley's uncle Miles always seems to be around and is kind of a huge jerk, but if Lenny acts like she has it all together, maybe no one will notice she's falling apart. Miles sees right through her, though. Turns out he knows a lot about grief, and surprisingly he offers her a proposition. He'll help her complete everything on her live again list if she'll help connect him. Oh my gosh. If she'll help him connect with Ainsley and overcome his complicated relationship with Reese. I'm just going to stop there. I don't know. Maybe it's not, like, I just really liked Ready or Not because, I mean, it's the only one I've read by her, but the way she
when you
wrote,
find an author that you like, you just want to continue reading.
But
their
also
stuff.
the way she wrote the MMC in that is like he was so attentive and caring. And sometimes it's just nice to read about a man that like really is attentive and stuff. So I'm excited to read this one. And it seems more fall, but I don't know. It's a romance. It's summer. It seems like the perfect time.
Yeah. Sounds great. The next one on my list is The Rose Bargain, and she's already read that. But from what you said, it's like kind of a competition to be
the prince's
bride, basically, right? Yeah. So I'm excited. I don't know. I've heard you'll really like I've heard good things about it. And with that, like, it also makes me think of how you've talked about the Selection series, and I also want to read that, but it's not necessarily on my immediate TBR, but eventually I'm going to read.
I think the Selection series too is just, they're so short. Yeah. Like, they're really easy to just speed through. And those are audiobooks on
Maybe
Libby.
I could do audio with those, yeah.
So I think you could really just...
The Rose Bargain, though, is by Sasha Peyton Smith.
Yeah.
And I've heard a lot of good things about it, so...
Yeah, it was really good.
That's some of the things I was like, man, that would be a good one I feel like to do with our book club, but you've already read it. So sometimes I feel like now if we find stuff with that good premise, we need to pause and be like, okay, wait, book club.
Yeah. Another thing is this one, I'm pretty sure, is also only a duology.
Yeah, I love a good duology.
The second one doesn't come out till, I think, September. But
maybe we could do that one.
Maybe we could, yeah. There's a lot of books coming out in September that we've thought about.
Oh, I know.
The other Lyla Sage one is coming out in September.
Oh, that's right. There's like a gnat, guys. I'm sorry. My kids open these doors all day long. Oh, I got it. My kids open the doors constantly. So if you see flies, I'm sorry. I try my best.
Okay. Next I have is Bad Blood by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is the 4th in a Natural series, and I read the Natural series so long ago.
This is the last one that you didn't finish, right?
I have not finished it. Like, I don't know what... I really want to, but I don't know what happened. I just didn't. But I've told myself, I was like, at least this month. Well, I told myself I'm going to read it this month, but if that doesn't happen, I'm going to read it this summer. I really want to finish it.
Is it on audiobook?
No, that's the thing. They're not audiobooks, so I can only read it on Kindle, there's nothing wrong with that, but I just need to pick it up. It's just hard because we have so much we want to read.
Sometimes it's so much easier for me to start a book if I have it available on audio too, because I can jump back and forth.
Yeah.
But so next for me is Red Rising. And I'm sure you've heard of this because they've been out for a long time, but this has been on my TBR for years, and I am waiting for my Hold On Libby.
Years,
right? This is something I heard about a long time ago.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm sure, unless I'm thinking of something else.
Are you talking about Scythe?
Scythe? No, I'm talking about Red Rising.
Oh.
The first one came out in 2014. Yeah.
Okay.
This is something I've been hearing about since I was in high school. Like, it's been on something I've been wanting to read forever, and I just haven't. And I know this one's more like, I don't even know if there's any romance in this book. I know it's more like fantasy.
I know it's sci-fi.
I mean.
Yeah. I think there is romance, but
I've heard it's so good, and so I'm just excited to read those.
I really want to read those.
How many is there again?
I think 3.
Yeah. Wait.
What?
Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6?
Are you serious?
Yeah, there's 6. So I'm not going to get that done this summer, probably.
But we can at least start the first one. My next one is Out of the Woods by Hannah.
There's another one coming out next year.
Wow.
Sorry.
My next one is Out of the Woods by Hannah Bonham Young. Oh. I also talked about the first book of this one last week. The first book is Out on a Limb. She gets pregnant in that one, and like that's the one where they both immediately are like, okay, we're gonna do this, take care of this baby. But this one follows her best friend, and her best friend has been married like since out of high school. So this is it's not necessarily second chance, but it's just like her and her husband are struggling, so they go on this like marriage retreat trip on the woods, and you're just basically following them. Like,
it's Out on a Limb, right?
Out on a Limb is the first one.
And you know what? I didn't even pay attention to the cover or the title, but he's got like, he's missing a limb.
Yeah. And then she has like a hand, like something is up with her hand. Like she's missing a couple fingers, and then it's like, but that's the author. She has that same hand thing.
Oh, okay.
So that's why she wrote it. But anyways, the second book follows the best friend and her husband. And I'm excited to read it just because like, I don't think I would normally go for this type of book, but I did love Out on a Limb
yeah.
and the characters in that, so I just want to read the second one.
Yeah, I've heard good things about the author.
Yeah.
I just don't know if that's really my cup of tea, because I just have to be in the right mood for romance.
Well, I did hear good things about like what she's reading. Kennedy and Reggie, they talked about how they really liked this one because they got married really fast out of high school.
Oh yeah, maybe.
And so they related to like the getting older and like kind of losing your identity and like how you've talked about like losing your identity in motherhood. Like it's just the growing, like you don't hear many people talk about, oh, they got married right out of high school and like what that experience is like. So I don't know if you'd like it though, but
that's true.
I'm excited to read it.
Last on my list is the Percy Jackson series. I want to reread them. Those are like some of my favorite books ever from early middle school years. And I've had them on my desire to reread them. I'll probably audiobook them. I don't know. We'll see. But I want to do that this summer because I keep like, I'm going to do it. And then that's how it always is though. Like there's so many I want to read. But it's been so long since I read those books. So I really just want to be back in that world again.
I feel like you've been making your way through. Like you reread Hunger Games.
Yeah, I reread Hunger Games. I want to reread Twilight. I think I'm a little bit nervous because I know people have said like they go back and read it and they're like, I tried to read it a few years ago before I was back into reading, and I was just like, I don't know. The writing felt very juvenile. That's what people say. Is like it's so juvenile, but I don't know. When I was
reading
those,
it's just such a classic. Like,
Mom read them. But like she would read one, then I would read it, so that way she could like vet them before I read them when I was like what 5th grade, I don't know. And I mean she got through them, so maybe I'll get to them eventually.
Also, I think it's hard because Bella herself is like not necessarily juvenile, but like her mindset, like she's like, I gotta leave home and I got my cactus and I'm moving
my cactus
with my dad and that dang cactus.
New moon, so depressing. You know how in the movie it's like when she's like, there's a possibility.
Yeah.
In the book it's like October. Yeah. November. Like each
I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen someone like on TikTok flipping through.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I read that as a kid though, or like I think I was like what 11 or 12, I was like,
yeah,
this is
I have 2 more because you ended up doing 2
I have
together.
1 more, but I changed. I'll tell you in a minute.
Okay. I have Shadow and Bone by Lee Bardugo. I really want to read this one because I want to read 6 of Crows, but I found out that you have to read this series first unless it'll be spoiled for you if you start 6 of Crows. But I'm excited to read it because, I mean, it seems like it's going to be good, and it's a trilogy, so it's not too long, shorter book, like not super long books, so I'm excited.
What's so hard is like
don't know what it's about.
Yeah, these are all on my TBRs too, but I'm like, when am I going to get to all of this?
I know, but I've been kind of really wanting to read it. I keep looking at them on my shelves, so I'm like, I want to pick it up.
Yeah, I know, me too.
What was your other one?
The last one was I want to read Harry Potter, but we were literally just having a conversation right before we sat down where she was saying like maybe in the fall it'd be more fun because like I guess
it's more
of a fall book, which it's funny, like I know nothing about Harry Potter. I know
nada.
I know there's Harry Potter and there's
Hermione
and there's the redhead dude. Like I know nothing about these movies and books, so I'm kind of excited to go into it completely blind.
I watched all the movies when I was 18, but like I can loosely remember like some things, but I honestly forgot a lot, so I'm excited to read the books now that I'm into reading.
Yeah. So we were thinking like of reading them, like kind of buddy reading them in the fall or something. So that was on my list, but I moved it after you like, oh, maybe fall would be better. I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't think about that. Well,
maybe we'll see. Well, start at the end of summer.
That's what's hard is like my list never ends. Like right now I'm saying all this. This is my summer TBR, but right now I'm on the 3rd book in the Red Queen series, meaning I have 2 more, and they're just getting longer as the series goes on.
Yeah.
And I still have to finish the Prison Healer series, which is 2 more books. So I'm like, I have to finish 5 more books before I can even start this whole list that I just started talking about.
I do have 1 more book. This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune. I don't know what it's about, and I kind of don't want to read the synopsis because it's long, but she writes summer books, so like if I'm in the mood I can pick that one up because they always are like at a lake house or on the beach, and
I had one on my list that I guess actually is a summer book. I'm waiting for Libby is The Summer in the City by Alex Astor, which is the author of Lightlark. But you posted that TikTok where you were talking about like when things fall apart in the third act or whatever, and so many people were commenting Summer in the City, and I was like, that kind of makes me not want to read it, but maybe I will.
Classic romance book.
Yeah, I'm interested to see though, because it's like her first that's not
romance, not fantasy.
So but also her book, another one of the Lightlark series, is coming out later this year, I believe so, which I'm excited
to read that
for too.
Well,
this ended up being way longer than I thought it was going to be.
Those are some of the books. Like, we have a lot.
Yeah.
Also, let us know what you guys are thinking about reading this summer. Anything on your radar. Let us know if you plan your books out or if you just pick them up, because we are such mood readers over here.
Yeah. Also,
there's no planning.
I was going to say, like, if y'all have suggestions for the book club pick of the month or whatever, comment those too, because we can choose between... Have y'all vote on them or something this month. In case you missed it and you haven't watched any of the other episodes, we're doing the Unmaking of June Farrow.
Yes.
Yeah. And mine just came in the mail, so I'm about to start that one, and she is waiting for hers to come, and she's going to start it too.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's it.
That's this episode.
Thanks for listening.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.